Our parents didn't choose us. They didn't pick us out from some catalog or some shelf. Instead, the eternal source, God, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Tao, or whoever it is that you believe in, place us in this time period with these people under these economic circumstances, right? In this part of the world, with us having any way of knowing why we're here, why us? And somehow it all works out. Somehow it always all works out. But we're always happen to be stressed. See, the only time we weren't stressed was probably the first 9 months when we were in our mother's, belly and growing. Like, our parents weren't they were stressed, but most people were not freaked out. It's like, oh, he doesn't have a nose yet. Is he gonna come? Is he gonna show up? He doesn't have eyes yet. He doesn't have arms yet. They kind of let the process go for the 9 months because they knew there was a time for everything, and they let the powers that be handle it. But after all that, what do parents do? They say, thanks, I got it for now. And they start taking over control because they were told that they had to take care of us, that they had to take care of their kids. If they wouldn't take care of, if they lost control of us, then we would be menaces in society or something, right? And that's to an extent is true, but there's one quote I love that said, there were two brothers, one of them was alcoholic and one of them wasn't. And he was asked, why are you an alcoholic? He says, I'm an alcoholic because my father used to drink. And they asked the brother, your father used to drink. Why aren't you an alcoholic like him? And he says, because my father used to drink. Somehow, our world gives us these lessons and we just have to learn them. And if we don't learn the first time, the lesson is gonna come back harder, stronger, with more pain, a bigger punch. It's gonna pack us. So we're so in control that when we lose it, we actually really, really lose it. My first experience of this was I was in college, and it was the first time going home. I loved my college experience, but there were some people that were more fluent than I was. And she was freaking out because she got a B in one of her classes. I was like, oh, let's just go get some ice cream. Let's just go, let's go get pizza or something. And then she says, okay, cool. So then we go get pizza, and she had thousands of dollars in her, I think a Bucks account. I was like, so I think that was the first time I realized it's like, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, when you get something that you weren't expecting, you start losing it. My first, I think a real meltdown, I'm sure I had several before, but the one I remember from my adulthood was when I started Teach for America. We were sent to Philadelphia to teach summer school, and I was teaching U.S. American history. And one night, I only had to do a 30, 45 minute class, nothing too crazy. And one night, I couldn't get my lesson together. I couldn't figure it out. I was just pacing back and forth. I was with my friend and I ended up smoking I don't know how many cigarettes, and I don't really smoke like that at all. And I just couldn't handle it. I had a wall filled with sticky notes. I couldn't get it together. I ended up going to sleep at 4 a.m. And then I woke up at 5 or 6 to get ready back to school. Then I finally just took it a deep breath, and I was like, whew, okay. And then I got my lesson plan done in 30 minutes or so, And the kids had no idea. Like, the kids had no idea that I've been freaking out all the time. I was like, wow, I really lost my stuff. I lost my mind, and no one even knew. Like, no one even like cared besides my friend that was, you know, up with me all the time. I was like, I'm never gonna put myself in that situation again. It's like, I need to control my breathing. I need to control myself, and then I can get through any situation that's out there, right? And then just the other day, actually, like I was posting my podcast. You see the name right down there. It's called Wanna Talk, and I was posting the first episode. And mind you, it's like I love this episode. I'm very proud of it. It's, you know, we had honest conversations rooted in love, honesty, and growth. And the person I was doing it with, you know, I've known her for like 20 years. It's like I'm happy with what came out of it. But as soon as I put it out there, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so naked. Like, it feels so like raw just to put your experiences out there. But then I reminded myself that I have to be so authentic in order to give permission to other people to be authentic themselves. Like, I reminded myself of it, and that I know it was in my head. I was a little anxiety, but I knew what to do. I had to remind myself of my mantras. I knew that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go work out. Okay, I posted it, didn't let it go, didn't look at my social media, got off the phones, you know. And that's really like how I get through my anxiety now. I ask myself a few things. One, what happens if everything fails? Two, what can I do if it does? And three, will I survive? If you want to dig deeper in that topic, I've created a guided reading based on the Tao Te Ching that I think you might love. And the link to it is actually right down below in the description. I've also heard of this like super amazing TED Talk by Tim Ferriss, and it's all about facing your fears. And I have another video about this as well as a tool down there in the description. But it's like every action that we consider doing, our subconscious brain already puts up like a million things that could go wrong to stop us from doing that action. And it's doing that to keep us safe. Right, so in that video, I dig into the exercise, I dig into all those things. But really, the main point of it is that one, everyone loses it every once in a while, and it's perfectly normal. But that at the end of the day, you need to get in control of your reactions, right? You need to find out the habits, the triggers, the red buttons that push you to the edge, and then have the tools in your belt to reel you back in, right? So check out the other videos I have just on this topic. And this is what I love. This is what I love talking about. Comment something down below. Comment, how do you prevent yourself from freaking out? And let's connect.